Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 4, Literary Heritage of India, lecture number 3. Friends, in this chapter we have already discussed about the literature, how we also started discussing how in the past, in the ancient time, people used to communicate when there were no medium of communication like languages. No literatures were developed. Friends, at that time, facial expression, gestures, symbols, drawings, these were some of the first form of communication that started in the past. Later on, we discussed that the dialects and scripts were invented, which lead to the development of different languages. Due to the development of these languages, it is said that when these languages started development, thousands of different literature of different languages all over the world started developing. Through this way, the language came into existence. Friends, we discussed about Sanskrit as an ancient but contemporary language. That though Sanskrit is not used as a medium of communication in the present time, but still it is used in religious ceremonies and rituals. Friends, here we also discussed that Sanskrit is accepted as at an international level as well, especially for the use of computer. The great Sanskrit grammarian Panini, he wrote the book on Sanskrit grammar, Ashtadhyayi, in the 4th century. Friends, we discussed about the 4 Veds after that. Vedas, which is considered as the ancient literature of our country. Veda means knowledge. We learn how this Veda came into existence. Veda is a large collection of knowledge. As the time passed, many great sages made lots of additions in these Vedas. So, these Vedas were divided into 4 sections that were Rigved, Samved, Yajurved and Atharvaved. We understood that in Rigved consists of 1028 verses. It is mostly the prayer of the gods. We discussed that this Rigved is divided into 10 divisions. Friends, we discussed about Samved. It is known as the Gangotri of music. It is the originator of music. Samved is described for the chanting of the verses that are introduced in Rigved. We discussed about Yajurved, which is called the Veda of Yagnas. We discussed about Atharvaved, in which the information is given about our ritual and sanskars. Friends, today we are going to learn about the division of these Vedas. So friends, today's topic that we are going to cover, that is the division of Vedas. Division of Vedas. Friends, when we talk about division of Vedas into different sections. Division of Vedas into different sections. Friends, here it is said that each Vedas, that is Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharvaveda are divided into four sections, namely first, these all four Vedas are divided into four sections. They are, first is Samhita, second Brahmana, second is Brahmana, third is Aryaka, and the third one is Aryaka, and the fourth is Upanishads. The four Vedas are each divided into these four sections: Samhita, Brahmana, Aryaka, and Upanishads. Let us understand one by one. First is Samhita. When we talk about Samhita, it is a section of Vedas. That means Samhita is a section of Vedas consisting of mantras, hymns, prayers, etc. It consists of mantras, hymns, prayers, etc. That is in Samhita. Second, if we talk about Brahmana, the Brahmana, if we talk about Brahmana, a collection of ancient Indian text with commentaries on the hymns of the four Vedas, commentaries of the four Vedas. Then many Brahmanical epics, or we can say literature, were composed, or literature we can say were composed to understand the meaning of Vedic literature, to meaning of Vedic literature. This was made to understand the meaning of Vedic literature. This literature consists of, if we talk about this literature, it consists of critical appreciations based on Vedas. It is based on Vedas, composed in poetic form. Composed in poetic form. So friends, here we can clearly understand about Brahmana. They are the collection of ancient Indian texts with commentaries on the hymns of the four Vedas. Many Brahmaical epics or literatures were composed to understand the meaning of this Vedic literature. This literature consists of critical appreciation that are based on the Vedas that are composed in the poetic form. Now let us understand about the third one, that is Aryankas. Now about Aranyakas. If we talk about Aranyakas, Aranyakas were the texts of those, that is we can say the Aryans. Aranyakas were the text of those who used to spend, these Aryans who used to spend the last phase of life in forests. These were on the text of those who used to spend the last phase of life in forest. Aranyakas, if we talk about these Aranyakas, consisted the literature based on philosophy. Based on Aranyakas consisted the literature that was totally based on philosophy, which was the result of the deep thinking of which was the result of the deep thinking of the people who spent their last phase of life in forests. Here it is, Aranyakas consisted the literature that is based on it was based on philosophy, which was the result of the deep thinking of the people who spent their last phase of life in the forest. Now, Upanishads. When we learn about Upanishads, they are commonly, if we talk about Upanishad, they are commonly referred to as, it is commonly referred to as Vedanta. It is commonly referred as Vedanta, or that is the end of the Veda. That is, we can say the end of the Veda, Vedanta. That means the end of the Veda, or we can say the last chapter, or we can say the last chapters, or last phases of Vedas. It is the last phases of Vedas. The Upanishadic literature, if we talk about Upanishadic literature, gives us a vivid description of it gives us the vivid description and the analysis. It gives the vivid description and the analysis of the beginning of the universe. Beginning of the universe. Then the mysteries of life and death. The mysteries of life and death. The mysteries of life and death. Materialistic and spiritual world, etc. The Upanishadic literature, it gives us a vivid description about the description and the analysis of the beginning of the universe, the mysteries of life and death, as well as materialistic and spiritualistic world. Then here it is said, if we talk about this literature, that is Brihadaranya and Chandogya are the earliest of Upanishads, are the earliest of Upanishads. These are in the form of dialogues. These are in the form of dialogues. It is in the form of dialogues. The Muktiko Upanishad, tells us, the Muktiko Upanishad tells us that there are 108 Upanishads in total. In total, there are 108 Upanishads. These are told in Muktiko Upanishad. In Muktiko Upanishad, it is told that there are 108 Upanishads in total. Now, after understanding the division of these Vedas, so friends, here you might have clearly understood about the four divisions in which the Vedas were divided. The Vedas are divided into four sections that we understood one by one: Samhita, Brahmana, Aryankas and Upanishads. So friends, here we can understand about the four divisions. We learn about the other topic in our next lecture. Thank you.